selection of antique shops, specialty shops, curious dining establishments, an interesting place to take a stroll, maybe find a gift for that hard-to-match cousin, or just enjoy the afternoon atmosphere of St. Augustine. Our next stop will be the Mission to Navra, mission to the name of God, the first true mission to the Western Hemisphere. It also contains the first Marian shrine to the Western Hemisphere, Our Lady of Lorante, Our Lady of Milk and Safe Delivery. It is said that if you are praying for a safe delivery, to become pregnant, or if you are pregnant, praying for a safe delivery, a visit to this shrine virtually answers your prayers. As we turn in here, you will see a large cross. And that was in September 8th, 1565. Just this side of that cross is a statue of Father Federico Lopez. He was a Catholic priest that was a part of the party. He said the first Mass in the new country here. And the Marian Shrine is also out there across the bridge across the pond. And there is a free museum behind us. So this is stop number 20. And the Timucuan Indians did celebrate a feast of Thanksgiving. It was at this site, actually, and came together to thank the Lord for the safety, provisions, everything that had happened to them. The first Thanksgiving in the New World. 42 years before the establishment of the colony of Jamestown, 55 years before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. This is the oldest community in the United States. Now we're about to visit the oldest resident of St. Augustine. This character is crooked and shady. We keep behind this motel down here, call him the Old Senator. Now he does have a girth of 13 feet and has been verified by the University of Florida to be over 650 years old. We are talking about the live oak in front of us here. The Old Senator actually greeted Ponce de Leon when he claimed Florida for Spain. But if you look carefully at the Old Senator, you'll see that he is more than just a live oak, twice the age of the average live oak. He is also a love tree. There is a sacred palm growing out of the center of him. Now I need to mention that because the legend of a love tree. It is said with a love tree, if you kiss your sweetheart under a love tree, that your love will last forever. I say that as a word of caution because be very careful who you do kiss under this tree. Forever can be a very long time. This is stop number 21, the Old Senator. And we are off to the Spanish Moss. First of all, it's not Spanish, and rather than being moss, it's a member of the pineapple family, but it was responsible for the first automobile recall in history. An employee of Henry Ford thought he could stuff car seats with it, and what he did was introduce to his customers a good case of red bugs and chiggers. They weren't happy. Now getting ready to turn on to Magnolia Street here. The frost and freezes have not been nice to magnolias. We are now covered with live oaks. Some people have said that it's the gentle breezes off the Atlantic that have created the canopy we see here. I can't tell you what created the canopy. I can tell you that also point out this wall over to our right. It's a concrete type substance called tapia. It's made with oyster shells, lime, and sand. But besides for just being a solid structure, it's also a very good defensive structure. Because if you try climbing that wall, especially before the age of antibiotics, the bacteria in the oyster shells would have done a nasty job on you. Now we're entering also an ongoing active archaeological dig. It has theater and planetarium in it. It has enactors and demonstrations going on continuously. Well, there is just so much going on here that you are going to stop here. Please give yourself plenty of time in order to really experience the site. There is so much to do here that you will thank yourself for spending sufficient time to take it all in. Keep your ears open and maybe even eyes. You'll hear some of our local peacocks. Stop number 22. The phone, looks like everyone's settled. I'm heading back to the our point of origin, the old jail. When we do get there, like to spot them if I can. When we get there, you're welcome to remain on the trolley and continue your trip, or you may exit. Again, if you're going to exit, please wait until I do ring the bell that it is safe to do so. I want to encourage you to take advantage of your complimentary ticket for the St. Augustine History Museum. We've been bouncing all around in history, and the History Museum will help put a timeline together for you on it. We also have the Oldest Museum Store and the jail that have activities for you in them. We have associate tours in Key West, Savannah, Nashville, San Diego, Boston, and Washington, D.C. And the back of your ticket is if you have a paper ticket, the back of your ticket is a comment card. And the company is really interested in what you've got to say. And full. If you have a electronic ticket, you can look up TripAdvisor.com or GoogleReview.com. I've really enjoyed taking you on this trip. I hope you've enjoyed it too. My name is Lee. Also, I want to point out, straight ahead of you is our local artisans market filled with over 85 artists. If you're looking for something original to take home, you just might find it across the street from you there.
We gotta get on a different one now? Trolley right there. I've got 4.
Back to the tour.
Designed by the Poly Jail Company, who later go on to design Alcatraz. They made it look so nice, people confused it for a second hotel, knocking in the sheriff's door asking for a room. The sheriff would tell them rooms were free, as long as they had a minimum reservation of 1 to 3 years. Our inmates will book you, process you, take you through the jail, show you what life was like for them, and if you're lucky, they'll sign your pardon papers so you can actually get out. Almost forgot, your tour guide's name was Dante. Hey, let's get out of here before they find out I'm not him. Coming up to our right, this black contraption is a Manning portable convict car. Excuse me. Used by Sheriff Joe Perry from 1916 to 1930 to rent out prisoners all over the state. Perry would rent out his prisoners to do the jobs no one else would do. He'd throw them in that cart, bring them to a job site, chain them up in chain gangs, and leave them there until the job was done. Usually weeks or months at a time. They work all day, and when their shifts ended, they fold down the steel bunks and sleep inside. It was exposed to the elements, so they would shower when it rained, they shared a bucket, whose waters was said to grant one eternal youth and vigor. He and his crew set out to go find this fountain of youth. Well, Ponce de Leon definitely learned his navigation techniques from Christopher Columbus, because he missed his mark. Instead, they landed near the Cape Canaveral area around Easter Sunday, 1513. Naming these lands La Florida, after the Easter festival in his native Spain, the Mescal de Flores, he is quickly kicked out by the angry natives who were already here. One thing he was able to put to use, though, was the Florida Gulf Stream off the east coast, allowing the heavily laden Spanish treasure ships to return to Spain up to 2 to 3 weeks earlier than scheduled. The King of Spain determined Florida not worth the effort to colonize due to its unpredictable weather and angry natives. Reasons many cite today for why you still shouldn't visit or live here. This would change when the French Protestants came along and made Fort Caroline near Jacksonville around 1564. The King of Spain didn't like this as they were French, but even worse was they were Protestants, while Spain was a Catholic nation. In retaliation, he sent his most feared admiral, Don Pedro Menendez, who arrived here September 8, 1565, at the side of the Steel Cross to our left. After taking the fort, Pedro and his troops marched right back down here to find about 250 starving, tired, shipwrecked sailors. Upon capture, Pedro asked them if they were Catholic. 150 said no, we are Protestants and will die as Protestants. So Pedro obliged them by taking them out to the sand dunes of the bay and putting them to the sword. The remaining 100 said they would convert if Pedro would spare them. Pedro thought about it, but realized he didn't have enough provisions to feed the extra 100 mouths, so they too were taken out to the sand dunes of the bay, where they too were put to the sword. The bay was originally called the Bay of the Dancing Dolphins by the natives. It was renamed Matanzas Bay after this, Matanzas being Spanish for slaughter. It was said the waters were red with blood for 3 days. The French would get their revenge about 20 years later, however, when British privateer Francis Drake would burn the city to the ground. The first switch coming up ahead to our left and extending to our right. Starting to our left and going to our right, we have the Kubo Line, a defensive wall extending east to west of the Matanzas River, before going north to south of the Rosario Line for about 9 blocks. Made of foul palm logs, packed earth, and top of the plant called Spanish Bayonet, which serves as a climb concealment, assuming of course you survive the musket fire. Spanish Bayonet is also a great thing to plant from someone's window, to keep them from escaping, and we need to keep everyone from sneaking in. Referred to as yuca, which is very good with ceviche, which I can go for right now, along with some capacito. You'll notice the inside logs of the Kubo Line are horizontal, while the outside logs are vertical. This was yet another defensive feature, as it allowed those on the inside to pop up from behind cover and take their musket shots, while preventing those on the outside from climbing over. Stop points all along the walls of the main fort, manned 24/7 by artillerymen. Inside the redoubt, you'll see various slots. Those slots are where the cannons are placed. We're going to jump ahead now to about 1910, to the Orange School Building coming up ahead to our left. The largest school building in Florida. If you were a teacher here, you had your classroom grades 1 to 12 the entire time through, and earned a whopping $20 a month, which is actually more than what teachers earn nowadays. The school also employed bus drivers who take their horse-drawn buggies through the swamps, past the angry natives, pick up the kids, bring them to school, and then do it all again at the end of the day. This high-hazard job had a high-hazard pay of around $20 a month. Excuse me. On the other side of the building, there are 2 towers. That's where the chemistry labs are located, complete with separate ventilation systems. That way, when your lab experiments went horribly wrong, the damage will be somewhat contained. Downtown parking facility. Would anyone care to be guessed what's historic about it? That's actually correct. The answer is nothing. What is historic, however, is the land design. Originally home to the San Marco Hotel, built around 1880 by Isaac Croft. It was the largest hotel in the United States, over 235 feet long, 5 stories tall. It had 3 towers, the tallest of which was around 131 feet tall, and could be seen up to 13 miles out to sea. It had such state-of-the-art amenities as steam heat, Otis elevators, electricity in the central lobby, and a fully furnished theater, complete with floodlights. In 1881 and 1883, it had a guest by the name of Henry Flagler, No traces remaining or evidence of what caused the fire. Although rumor has it the fire hoses were all cut. Just me. Coming back to our left is our Visitors Information Center. The last building is St. Augustine to Main Coquina. Inside the free museum, take home with bathrooms, discount ticket booth, gift shop, and more. This is also spot number 2. Remain seated until you hear the bell. Exit to the left if you're going down a ladder, holding on the rails after you hear the bell. Wait for the bell.